Greetings once again, freshmen, and welcome back to day 3 of career preparedness. On yesterday, you all took a quiz. In addition, you watched a video on Don't Eat the Marshmallow. That video basically depicted the idea of what delayed gratification was and what instant gratification was. Today, we want to take that idea a step further. The idea of delayed gratification is putting off until later something that you could have today, right now. The idea of instant gratification is getting it right now. We want to talk about how those two things, those two ideas factor into the decision-making process, and that will be our focus for today. With no further ado, let's get started.
The overall goal of today's lesson is simply to make sure that you understand the steps that you go through when you go about making a decision. Some decisions are great, some decisions are small, but nevertheless, there is a process that you go through with each and every decision that you make. The overall goal of today's lesson is simply to make sure that you understand the steps that you go through when you go about making a decision. Some decisions are great, some decisions are small, but nevertheless, there is a process that you go through with each and every decision that you make. Yesterday, you all had the opportunity to view a video. This video depicted children who basically were faced with the choice of the temptation of whether or not to eat a marshmallow. Now, this may not seem like a great decision, but with these students, a great story was illustrated as it relates to a life lesson. You see, Jochen was able to basically predict whether or not these kids were going to be successful or not based on the decision they made based on what he had asked them not to do. He had asked them not to eat the marshmallow. Some of them chose to eat the marshmallows. Those were students who in life basically were not very successful. Some did not eat the marshmallows. Those became very successful. Those young people who ate the marshmallow basically depict what is known as instant gratification. These young people were not able to wait. Even though he asked them specifically not to eat the marshmallow, they did so anyway. They couldn't wait.
Those young people who ate the marshmallow were willing to face whatever consequence would come their way. Of course, there was not a consequence because this was a study, but they were willing to face that. That is very indicative of the type of society that we have today. Everybody wants what they want right now. That is called the microwave idea of thinking. We want instant gratification, everything right now. Things worth having don't always come that easy. Sometimes things worth having you have to put a lot of work into. The same idea is what it was that he was trying to identify to them. There's a ketchup that is called Heinz 57. It was always known that by the motto, good things come to those who wait. That motto is a great illustration of the idea of what delayed gratification is. Delayed gratification means that you get the return for your hard work down the road for something that you're doing now. It's the same idea that we as educators want you all to get upon yourselves right now and realize that while you're in school, you're putting in the work. That work will be rewarded when you graduate one day. You work hard right now. The thing that you have to be able to persevere and to be able to get that is self-discipline. Self-discipline is the idea that you have the hard work and the character and the control to be able to carry yourself and make decisions that are going to be in your best interest as it relates to your future success. A wise man once said, hard work pays off. I can assure you that hard work pays off more often than it does not. You should always put forth your best effort and do your best in each and everything that you do.
You're making a decision. Basically, there are several steps that you're going to go through. The first thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to define what the actual problem is that you're going to have to do. Then you're going to have to identify what the choices are, what the alternatives are that you have to choose from. You'll evaluate and identify which choice or which alternative is going to be the best. From that, you'll just go with that solution, and then you'll evaluate whether or not that solution was successful or not in relationship to what it is that you choose to do based on the alternatives available. Now, I realize, just like everybody else, that you all are in high school and we're talking about economics, but there are a lot of different things that are going to come your way, a lot of challenges and a lot of choices and decisions you're going to have to make. You'll have to go through that process and weigh out all options before you make those decisions. Our desire for you, my sole desire for you, is that you always make good decisions as it relates to the things that come your way, whether they're positive or negative, that everything that you do will be decent and according. And please remember, it's okay to say no. You don't always have to go with the group.
It is my sincere hope that you all gained a good opportunity to be able to get an understanding of what the difference is between instant gratification and delayed gratification. I also hope that you also know that every time that you make a decision, there are certain steps that you go through in the process of being able to make that decision. In the link that's associated with Day 3, Module 1, there will also be an assignment that will deal with you being able to show that you know the difference between delayed gratification and instant gratification. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a great day today.
First things first, on the release. Drop this and let the whole world